You shouldn't be able to hear me. One, two, testing, one, two. Can you hear me now? Um, let's see what's going on. What mic did I have set? Microphone, audio. Ah, no wonder. This should sound a lot better now. And camera, I think we're good. I think we're good. Should sound better now. You could hear before. Okay. That's because it was set to a different thing. Anyways, long story short, it looks like people were here a long time ago, and I apologize that I wasn't here. I got a new PC. So to show you right here, that's the pretty lights and everything. Got a brand new PC because my other one was being a dink. To be honest with you, everything was tap the mic. Everything was running slow, creepily. I'd click a button. Anyways, it was a 3-year-old system, 3 or 4-year-old system. And so I went out yesterday and purchased a new, pretty looking, I guess it's theoretically a gaming PC, but it's a heck of a lot faster than what I had. And I've been loading software up, but I realized when I was watching Steve build stream earlier, and Steve said, "Are you streaming today?" Yep. I was looking at the clock on the computer because I set up the new one. One thing I neglected to pay attention to was that the new computer setup, when I plugged it in, turned it on, watched the time, it was set for Eastern time zone. So it was set for 2 hours ahead of our actual time zone. I didn't even realize that. I looked at it and said, holy crap, the day has gone by fast. So Steve said, "Are you streaming today?" I said, "Yep, 45 minutes," thinking it was 4:15. And anyways, then Steve said, "Oh, I thought it was a couple hours, blah, blah, blah." And then a light bulb went off, and I looked at this thing. Then I looked at my phone and said, "Oh, crap." So I think when I set the stream up, I hadn't changed the time on the computer yet. So when I set the stream up in StreamYard for streaming at 5 o'clock, it thought it was already 2 hours ahead of what it was. So anyways, it was maple syrup time. Anyways, let's see who's here. There's a lot of people here right now. A lot more people than I thought. 42 people right now. For all those people that are new, thank you for being here. Subscribe to my channel if you like it. And we will appreciate that. Let me turn this light on here, my create light. There we go. We are building the Wally robot. I'll go back and say hi to everybody in a minute here, but that's a lot of hellos to say, which is good. Anyways, yeah, I'm a little flustered right now because I've just been setting up this new PC, getting it going. Everything is running good. The video should be good. The audio should be good now. This thing, the new computer was 2 hours faster, says James. That's true. So yeah, this thing is a heck of a lot faster. I don't know anything about PCs. So I went to a local place called Memory Express, and he looked at my old system, which I purchased there a few years back, 3-4 years back. And he said, "Oh yeah, they're much faster now, much better." So I went from an i5 something or other to a Ryzen 7 something or other, 16 gig of RAM to 32 gig of RAM. Apparently it's a much faster video card, much faster ports, much faster everything. So I don't know, but this is it. Anyways, everybody that's here right now, in about another, well, we started a little early because I saw everybody on here, and it's like, whoa, and I didn't even do the proper countdown and introduction. So everybody's on here. Oh, look at the keyboard. The keyboard glows pretty colors too. Look at that. Ooh, it's pretty. Anyways, I'm not a gamer, so and the mouse even glows a little bit that it came with. The mouse has lights in it, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, everybody that's here, we're going to be doing a free Polymaker giveaway draw at about 6:30 my time, which is about another hour and a half from now. My desk is totally cleaned off right now because I moved Wally aside because I had to get the old PC back up, all my files from the old PC, and put my new PC in, get the all files in the new PC, reload all the software. So we finally got that done, and I think everything's good. I may be missing a couple cameras, but that's okay. I've got a few main cameras. I got the overhead. Let's see, I have this guy, which has a couple different angles on here, and I think this has another camera right here, which is good, and that one. And then I have the overhead view right here, and I have the display on my other side, and I have the oh, I thought I had a quad camera. I do. I just haven't put a button on my Stream Deck for it yet. But I have a multi-view here as well, which is like, woo, multi-view. Anyways, so here we go. Long time no see. Will, yeah, hey. How are you doing, Will? Let's go see who's here. Just sign over your house. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Let's just see. There's a lot of people here, and there's been a lot of chat. I think I'm just, rather than say hi to everybody, I'm going to say hi to everybody all at once, because there's a lot of chat to go back through and say hi to everybody. Why, oh, Ben, you're new. You say the new PC is so fast, it's always 2 hours ahead of the rest of us. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Stephen Labad, hello. Shadel, hello. Everybody want to say hello again, I'll say hello as you do, but I'm not going to go back through the chat, because there was a lot of chat, obviously, while I was away. And the stream was just sort of sitting there, I suppose. So anyways, we're good. We're live. We have a new computer. Things are great going forward. Steve Labad, hello. And Cliff D, hello. So things are going to be good going forward now. We have this fancy new system. And we're going to have no more streaming issues until, 3-4 years down the road, when I add more camera, or better camera, whatever. Anyways, we're good for the time being for now. So we have everything all set up here. For those of you that have never seen my actual setup before, we kind of look like, oh, let's zoom this out a bit. So we have our main display here. We obviously have the new PC over here. And then we have our main display here. And then we have our ATEM Mini Pro here, which is used for switching 4 of the cameras that are on the system. We have our Stream Deck, our fancy new keyboard. That's our display, which gives us a preview of the video feeds going into the ATEM, okay? And that's pretty much it. And then up here we have our large 54-inch monitor, which I watch during the stream. And then we have our, we have some printers back here. And then we have some printers over here. We have our Bamboo, and then on the other side of the Bamboo we have our Trident. We have our A1 Mini here, and this is like the man cave. And then over there we have a K1 under over there, and we have a 2.4 right there. So that's a quick brief tour of the studio for those of you that are new and just joining. So yeah, all the spiffy stuff. Did you fix it by getting a Mac? You know what? I run Macs at my full-time job. I love the Macs, but no, I just got a really, really good fast PC. So, and the apprentice is just lurking, and Andrew Humphrey is hollow. And Steve Build sent Shane over. Shane, you know I stream, so Steve Build sent you over. That's okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So how you doing, Shane? Haven't seen you in a while. Clown Hammer. A few of you wandered over from Steve Build. Yeah, Steve is great. He kind of always not always, but sometimes he'll promote my channel. He'll let people know that I'm streaming. I don't do as fancy stuff as he does, but I try. So let's get into it again. Let's see where we're at with the Wally. I'm going to bring out what we've done so far. We've got Wally's body. This is his neck. These are his eyes and his lid, with some of the electronics already built into this thing. And let's see what else we got here. I didn't even have time to do a proper thumbnail for the stream today, so that's where we're at. So last week we built Wally's tracks, and I thought after a couple days back, I thought I didn't even test these to make sure the motors work and the tracks work. So we did work them. I don't know what you're saying there, Andrew, but hey, knowing you. So what I did, and I brought this out just to show you guys, is I came and took my little multi-power supply here. So this is one of those little power supplies where you can, if I turn it on, where you can adjust the voltage, and it should come up to 12 volts here. So you can adjust the voltage to whatever, to test any fans, test things. So these are 12-volt motors. There's a Pololu 12-volt motors. So I basically wanted to make sure these motors were working. So let's get this camera here on. Boom. So I wanted to make sure these motors were turning. So we're going to hook up 12 volts to them just to show you that they are working. And it, depending on the polarity, is whether the motor goes front backs or backwards. So we'll hook up this one, and these are going to go full speed because there's no speed controller on them. And oops. Oh, one of my I'm like, why isn't it working? One of my little plugs here came undone. So hang on 1 second. My negative plug came undone. Just gotta screw this guy in. Whoa. There we go. And there we go. Those are secure. Okay, now we'll show a motor working. Or some tracks working. Just to keep my fingers away from the tracks because they go fast. So we plug that in, and then we're going to get this one going and watch these tracks. There we go. Really fast. And then if we want to go backwards, we just switch the orientation of the connections. And we go backwards. That would be Wally going stupid fast. Then we go to the other one. We'll test the other one. And we'll get, there we go. Running rather smoothly. And then we'll test the other direction. I don't think Wally will ever run this fast. Unless at one of these, there we go. Unless at one of these Rep Rap festivals, Earth or whatever, unless they have a Wally race. It's possible they could have Wally races. Anyways, so those are working good. I thought I'd get those tested before we assemble Wally, because the last thing you want to do is assemble them and find out your motors aren't working. So that is ludicrous speed. These are big motors, Russ. These are really big motors that are in this, actually. So you can kind of see the motor right there. They're 12 volt, and they're the bigger Pololu motors. So I don't know the specific specs behind them, but they're pretty big motors on this thing. So it could just be me, but I think the video quality is a little better from this new computer as well. At least from my end, it is. It's a lot clearer, and the switching is a lot faster. So go to Earth, and Wally will go oof. Yeah, put Wally up against the Death Racers, right? he poor little guy wouldn't stand a chance. Oh, another cool thing I made, and Russ had asked if I would make a video on this, and I probably will make a video because I'm going to build another one. I got most of the parts, but I got this endless loop train thing. Here, let's move this camera down. We're going to get to the build in a minute. I'm just showing off some stuff right now. So this endless loop train thing, this was one of the bamboo makes, and you order the parts and you make it and whatever, and it works really good, actually. It took a little bit of tweaking to get the train going, but I just want to show you because I think this thing's kind of fun. So watch this guy. And he'll just go like that until the batteries die. Batteries will get weak, and he'll have a hard time crawling up to one side. But it is a funky, fun little toy. I'm just using cheap Kirkland batteries in this right now, Costco batteries. So it'll only go so far, but it's really cool. I think this thing is so cool. There we go. Anyways, whatever. I was kind of happy that I got that to work. It was a little bit of a challenge you have to kind of tweak things and make sure the tracks are on right and everything, and try not to glue your fingers together like I did a couple times. So, okay. So I got to get, I have to go ahead and open up the Wally instructions again on the other screen, which I haven't done yet. There I am. I'm back. I just exited my studio for some reason. I hit the wrong. This new mouse that came with it, it's a gamer's mouse. It's got buttons in places I've never seen buttons on mice before. So I have to be careful because they're programmed for something, obviously. And when I hit them, so let the train run in the background till it dies. Maybe, maybe. So, anyways, I just have to open up the a web browser on this other other screen over here, so I can get the Wally instructions. Let me just get to it. I'm kind of ables.com. I'm kind of running a little bit behind because of setting up this new system, but I'm okay with that because everything's going to be smoother and it's a better experience for me and for you guys. Wall E. Okay, and there he is there. So, and I did the little inserts that I made for the tracks that I showed off a couple times ago. It's these little red inserts that I used inside to hold the tracks together. I did upload the file for that onto my profile on Printables.com. So if you look with 3D Canada onto Printables.com, I have a few things up there, but these are up there as well. The left-hand thumb button is a bitch. I keep getting back. I know these thumb buttons on the side here, I'm not used to them. So I'm trying to avoid touching them because that's what's making things go really weird. Okay, so let's get the instruction video going here on this. There we are here, and then I'm going to go to the point where we're at now. Here, let me share my screen here with you guys. There we go. So we get the body assembly. So we've done the body assembly. We're at this part. We've done this part. We've done this part. We've brought this part down, this part down. The only thing we haven't done, here we go, is the top. I haven't done the top yet. I did this. We got the servo glued in there. Then we got a top's going to slip down in through, and there's going to be two M3 nuts go in there. So we haven't done that part yet. Okay, so let's back that up a smidgen. There we go. I don't want you advertisers there. There we go. Okay, let's back that up a smidgen. We haven't done that part on the top yet as far as putting the screws in here. Are those just going in, threading into this, and there's no... Oh, there are nuts in there. Okay, good. I just want to see what size those screws were. They were M3 by 20s. So this guy, we're going to do this. So let's go in the... which camera view do we want here? Let's try this one here. Sorry, I'm just still getting everything running. There we go. Okay, so we have his arms, and we're going to put the top down. The link to the model doesn't work. Oh, I know. You know, here, I'm going to put the link to the model. I'm sure every time I redo the stream and redo the... every time I redo my stream in StreamYard and put my description in, for some reason the link breaks. And I have to go through and do it every time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link here. I'll put the link in chat right here. And there's the link right there that I'm working from, right there. So sorry about that. Me being Canadian, I have to apologize for that. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so that link should work that I put in chat right there. No problem, David. You're very welcome. Okay, so where we're at here, let's go back to this guy. So this is going to go in the back. This is going to go in the front. Now, I realized last time that this did not fit perfectly perfect. And so I may have to do a little bit of something or other to this to get this to sit in here. It's just going to be a little bit of a squeeze on the top. There we go. It's a little too tight for my liking, and I just dropped... How did that drop out? Oh. Did I not glue this in? Maybe I didn't glue this. Maybe I didn't glue this servo in yet. Let me check and see. I was sure I glued the servo in. Let me just see something here. Where did that servo fall out of? Oh, I see. No, I didn't glue it in yet. Yeah. So we have to glue, if we look here, we have to glue this servo into the top here. I think I just pressure fit it for now and didn't glue it. So I'm going to have to glue that really quick right now. We're going to glue that in. That's all right, though. So this guy just goes in. Yeah, I didn't glue. There's no glue on it. And he's going to go in this way, just like that. So let's get some glue. I got some really cool super glue here that is it has the viscosity of water. I'm on the upper camera now. Let's go to this one. It has the viscosity of water. It is extremely, extremely strong. And if you get it on your skin, you have literally less than a second before it'll bond your skin together. So you got to be careful with this stuff. Here's her on both sides of the mouse. Okay, so let's go ahead and so you'll see what I mean when I put a little bit of glue in here. Let's see if you can see it. It's just very, it's like water. Actually, there's too much in there, so let's just start shake a bit of that off onto the floor, and let's just kind of. Then if we hold this in here with that glue for about 10 or 15 seconds. And I put a little bit in there because it is kind of textured on the inside. So I want the glue to sit 10 or 15 seconds. That's going to be bonded pretty permanently. Tracy Lee Williams, be careful. You know what I did? While I was working on something else with this glue the train. While I was working on gluing this last week, it's a good thing I wear glasses because there was one point where I did something and this glue actually splashed up into my face. Not a lot. A few drops splashed up into my face. And I didn't realize till later I got 2 spots on my glasses. And when you get super glue on your glasses and it dries, I've got a permanent mark right here. I tried to get it off with a sharp tool. I scratched my lens a bit more, but it's not impeding my vision too much. But don't. And then I thought to myself, you know what? If I hadn't had my glasses on, that could have got in my eye. I'd rather wreck my glasses a little than get this glue in my eye. So anyways, there we are. That piece is stuck on here. Like I can't pull that off. So that is really strong glue. Stick to your work. No, you don't need activator for this one, Big and Bad Joe. This one, if I use the activator I have for the other glue, some of the glue was still wet and it was sticking to my fingers here. Hang on, because I say that this is literally like water, but it works really good. I mean, I can't pull that off. If I use the activator, it creates like a white foam, and I can hear it going. It almost crackles. It's really weird. So I don't use the activator anymore. Just hold it for 10 or 20 seconds, 20 or 30 seconds. It's done. Either in your eye or your eye would be glued shut. Would be like, what are you winking at us? Why are you winking? Yes. Okay, so we have that guy there. I'm going to grab a tool here. And I'm going to just do a little bit of cleanup along one of these edges because this fit a little bit tight. There we go. These deburring tools are extremely helpful. If you guys don't have deburring tools and you're doing a lot of models and you're trying to get rid of, say, some elephant's foot or something, get yourself a deburring tool. They're cheap. You can get them on Amazon with lots of spare blades. But yeah, there's a couple little edges here. I just want to kind of deburr off. And I think that's sort of what's causing this from not going on there super smoothly like I thought it would. And right on here. And we'll go this edge here. Normally I have another camera view in this with this where you can kind of see me full body working, but I just haven't had chance to set up all my camera views properly yet. So, okay, now that we got that on, move that in. Let's see if this pops in any easier. I think I'm still going to have to hit a couple spots. Yeah, I see a couple spots I got to hit here, right here. Okay, right along here, and right along here, and right along here. There we go. Let's see about this one now. This should go relatively, I think that's in. I think we are in. We are in. Okay, so we got the top on. So now we're going to get a couple M320s. So let's go ahead and grab some M320s out of here. I'll use a couple silver ones on the top, make it look like a little bit more industrial. And we're going to need our blue wrench, our blue hex key for that. Best tool you ever bought since you started 3D printing? Yes, those deburring tools are awesome. Oh man, I should have cleaned those holes out a bit better. I think I can do that with this. Need the bigger bit. Give me 1 second. Whoa. I'm not usually this I'm not usually this unprepared or scrambling around on my stream. Anybody that's new here, it's just that changing that computer over today did a bit of a number on me for timing. There we go. We're just reaming these 3mm holes out a little bit there so they fit in better. And this should be a lot easier to get in down to that nut now. Oh, sure. Dropping things into Wally's belly. 52 people. Oh my goodness, that's a record for me. Well, no, I don't think it's a record for me, but that's great. Welcome, everybody. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. I would appreciate a subscribe. My channel is all about everything. Building 3D printers. We've built Vorons. We've built a few different things in the past. We don't do a lot of reviews, but we do a lot of builds and upgrades and modifications. There we go. And right now I'm doing a series. We're building a Wally robot live. I'm going to be doing a Dummy 13 full-size live. Big and Bad Joe, yes, smash that like button. That'd be great. You had metal frame glasses. You had to go to plastic. Had a reaction to metal. I get a reaction to if I wear rings. I have an allergic reaction on my hands to stainless steel or to some metals on my hand. So let's get this one in. And that's cracking, which just means the plastic is just settling in a little bit better. There we go. So there's Wally's lid on there. Okay, I don't know if there's going to be anything that's going to be holding this closed. I may end up, oh, that does sort of click close, but I may end up putting a magnet in there or something, because that kind of opens up pretty simple. We'll probably put a magnet or something on there to keep him closed what he's supposed to be. So, okay, so let's get my deburring tool, put it back. This is a nice little deburring kit. I think I saw this on Steve's channel once, Steve Build's channel, little deburring kit like this, and I picked up this kit. Has a couple different size deburring tools, a few different features on it, but these things are cheap to get, these blades, so they're really handy to have. Okay, let's put this back here. Just booted myself out of my stream again. That stupid left thumb mouse button. Anyways, so we're here. We've done this. We lowered that. We put those two screws in. Now we're going to do final assembly. So let's see what's next. So we have final assembly. Then we're going to have electronics, obviously. So, okay, we're going to be using a lot of nuts and screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 bolts and 8 nuts. M3 nuts we have lots of. And of course, I just want to see what size these are. These are going to be M316s or M320s. What size are they going to tell me they are? Come on. Oh, did I pause it? I paused it. And my guess is M316s, but... Oh, M310s. See, I was wrong. Okay, so let's get some M310s. We have lots of them right here. Okay, and bolts or nuts. Let's get some nuts ready. One thing I may want to do before we do this, but let me just check and see how accessible those tracks are going to be. Now, these nuts I have a hard time with big fingers picking up nuts. So what I like to do is I grab a magnet and I'll pick the nuts up with a magnet. It's much easier. I'm going to use black ones. So we're going to do 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8 black nuts. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the rest can go back. And the magnet can go back. Okay. And one thing I want to check for sure. So we're going to turn this over. Well, we're going to have to access the inside too. But one thing I want to check is how easily accessible the wiring to these motors is going to be. What I may end up doing here real quick, I may solder some wires on here before I put these together, depending on how easy it's going to be to access the wires. So let's just have a look. I want to make sure to put these on the right way. So that's going to be the front there, obviously, like this. Okay, and I think the big wheel goes to the front. I just want to make sure I get the right one on the right side. So let me just have a quick peek at what they're showing us here. And so, oh, okay, the big larger part of the wheel goes to the back. So I had that on wrong. So this would be that way. So the larger wheel is at the back side of Wally. Okay. So with this in place, with this guy here, okay, and with this guy here, I just want to make sure and confirm. Oh yeah, I'm going to have lots of space on here to solder the wires, but the wires are, and the wires, there's little holes in the bottom. You can kind of see. Let me get a pointer here. You can kind of see these little square holes right there and right there are where the wires are going to go through into the electronics, and all the other holes are for screwing this in. But I do have room. I will have room back here to solder these on later when we do the electronics. So I don't need to worry about soldering wires on here right now. Okay, so let's keep this guy on this side, like so. Now this might be fun. This might be fun to do. First thing I'm going to do is just get my little drill again, and I'm going to make sure that I have good clearance on these holes really fast. All that about fingers and nuts and nothing from Andrew Humphrey. There we go. Yeah, your YO Ben might have to go into my mouse settings and disable those. Yes, I just haven't had a chance yet. Everything's so new. I was impressed. Oh man, I got to tell you. Again, I don't know a lot about PCs. I put trust in the computer guys at Memory Express here, and they didn't steer me wrong. The software, all the software, I must have installed 12 things, and they went extremely fast. I launched about 6 at once just to test, and not even a glitch, nothing. So I know I'm going to be pleased with this system, and I know this system is going to make my streaming life a whole lot less frustrating. So you're working on a build too. Okay, fair enough. You're playing with your own nuts. Okay, well, let's again, yeah. These are a little tougher. So what I'm going to do here, these need a little bit more clean out. So I'm just going to quickly step off a stream here. Where did I put? It's not where it should be. I'm looking for, I may end up doing these by hand. I'm just looking for my drill, which I think my drill is probably still upstairs as I was doing some work in the house. That's okay. I'll just muscle through with these by hand. The drill would be a little quicker. I was sure I had my drill down here. Huh. Obviously, I don't. I'm not going to waste too much time talking about it, because in all the time I talk about it, I could just have these things reamed out a little bit. Well, these seem, hang on, let's just see. These little, oh yeah, they're way too small. So we're just going to clean these out a little bit real quick here. Only 8 of them to do, so. And as I say, by the time I look for my drill and find it, I'll have had these done. And then some. I've been wanting for about a year or more now, and I'm going to do it. I've been wanting to do a video. I just don't find I have a lot of time to edit videos with my full-time job and everything. I've been wanting to do a video on the various tools that I use in the shop, in the studio, and different tools I use and reasons I use them, etc. But I just haven't had time to do it, and I'd like to, because I got a lot of really cool. I get a lot of tips from people and on which tools to use. These are not all 10 millimeters. What is going on here? My 10 millimeter nut drawer is has got some longer, or bolts have got some longer bolts in it than 10 millimeters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I think that's going to work. One thing I'm going to do here, they don't call for this. They don't call for this in the instructions, and I don't know if they'll fit. But one thing I'm going to do here, what's going on? How did these windows open? All this, I keep bumping into those buttons. Close, close. There we go. Love Linux. Need to build the over-engineered fastener sorter. Yes. One thing I'm going to put in these, and I didn't call for it, if I have them, is I want to put some little lock washers. Let's see if I have any lock washers. I don't think I do, so I may not do that. No. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it then. I was going to put lock washers because you're screwing this into just plain nuts, and they're going to be vibration in the robot, and they may come loose, but not a big deal. We'll worry about. Oh, hang on. Or do I have lock washers over here? Hold on. No, I don't. Okay. Anyways, I can always put them in later, but I'm just concerned if they vibrate loose or something. Okay, so we got our nuts and our bolts ready. We've reamed our holes out. This is going on this side here. So what we're going to do to make this easy, let's go to the overhead here. So to make this easier, nothing is easy, right, when you're doing it with yourself one-handed here. I'm going to put Wally up. Let's see about this filament box here. I'm going to put him up on the box like this. That might be easier this way. This could be tricky. Okay. This could be tricky. If I get one in, I'm good. So let's go and put this guy through. Get this guy through the hole here, like so. Now, okay, we're going to hold him with the hex driver. Oh man, if I can open this door, and if I can get this nut started inside here, you can kind of see it right there. My arm's going to block your view here. Can't find a setting to turn that thumb button off. You may have to, maybe, it's not a Logitech mouse. This whole system's called MSI. Never heard of them, but apparently they're good gaming system builders. Okay, there we go. We got the one in. Yay, we got the nut in. So that'll make it a little easier to get the other ones in now. Here, maybe this one here. Yeah, there we go. So this was easier. So just get one in, and when you get the one started, the rest of them should fall into place easy. And then we'll just tighten them up when we get them all in. Okay. Blue thread lock. I have red thread lock, actually. Maybe I'll do that after. For now, I'm just going to leave it like this. I do have red thread lock. Blue is more permanent. I want to be able to take this apart if need be, right? If I have any issues with anything, I want to be able to take it apart. I'm not a fan of gluing if there's an alternative way to, like with using nuts and bolts or threaded insets, because glue is pretty permanent. Yeah, you can always reprint things and then, do them again and re-glue them, but glue is pretty permanent. And if you want to service something and take it apart or reprint a part if it breaks or something and it's glued in, it's going to make life a little more difficult. Okay, and we got 3 of them in and we got the 4 in, and we'll just get these 4 in tight and then we'll go to the other side. And there we go. 4th one. I'm just sort of letting it lean on that while I reach in and put the nut in. No, I think the red, Big and Bad Joe, that's a good question. Stuff I always use, oh, you're probably right. Hang on, maybe I'm mistaken. You know what? You're right, Big and Bad Joe, my bad. Big and Bad Joe, my bad. Sorry. Call me colorblind. The stuff I use is, in fact, blue. Yeah, so I have, locked, it's blue. I don't know why I thought it, I think I was thinking it was red because it's in a red bottle, but it's a blue liquid. It's blue removable. Yeah, you are correct. I stand corrected, Big and Bad Joe. So, yeah, it was a red bottle. I was partially right. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my little Wera kit here, and I'm going to grab a. What size nuts are those? I don't think that'll work anyways. I think my nuts are smaller than that. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my needle nose pliers here, and we're just gonna grip the nuts and we're gonna tighten these in. Okay, we got that one. Oh man, I'm not left-handed, right? So, and I don't have a socket small enough to go around these M3 nuts. There we go. That one, and this one. There we go, and one more. Uno más. There we go. Let's make sure I got this bottom one because I didn't get quite a good grip on it. There we go. One track on. Now we'll go for the second one. Kind of do the same thing for this side that we just did. If Wally's nuts are too big, they will get caught in the tracks. Yes, they will. That would hurt. Is there a maple syrup color of thread lock? Big and Bad Joe, that would be cool if we could make a Canadian thread lock. That would be cool. I don't enjoy maple syrup as much as I used to. Well, let me rephrase that. I love maple syrup. When you're a diabetic, you have to really limit your intake of maple syrup. Unfortunately, it is so good. Oh, use maple syrup instead of sugar on cereals. Oh, it's good. Like if you use, I love shredded wheat with milk and maple syrup. Oh, with real maple syrup, not the artificial crap that you buy in Walmart or something. You got to get real maple syrup. Real maple syrup is thinner than the stuff you're buying. The old, I don't know what it's called now, Old Mill or whatever, but it used to be called Aunt Jemima syrup. I'm having trouble getting this one nut on. Come on, I'm feeling it. I feel it. There we go. I just didn't want to thread on perfectly. Okay, so we're going to do the next one now. Here, I'll give you a better view here. There we go. And get that one in. Then a bunch of hails will get the jaw, get lockjaw. Aye, this one's tight. That's what she said. I'm having issues with my other hand, and this might be a little difficult to do. I have carpal tunnel happening in my other hand, and part of the symptoms of carpal tunnel I was reading today is numbness in the first 4 fingers. And I got to get that checked out for sure, because it makes it hard. I'm hoping I can get this to work. It makes it hard for feeling things. I still got circulation because I can still feel heat and pain. I tested it with a torch today. I can still feel heat and pain and cold, but the dexterity is a little bit off. There we go. Got it. Yeah, I'm going to get that checked out. I don't know if anybody's ever had carpal tunnel, but it's a real thing, and I think it happens from electronic devices. There we go. This bottom one I might be able to get with my right hand. Hold it with pliers and just screw the socket head cap screw to it. Yeah, I just got to get it started. Yeah, it's much easier now. I can get my hand in this one. There we go. Got that one in, and one more. Uno mas. Okay, we got one more here, and then the threads will all be on. Let's just hold this in. That just kind of holds them up. It's kind of an ingenious little thing here, if I must say so myself. Had rotator cuff surgery. That wouldn't be fun. Hey, Radioactive Scale RC, happy Sunday to you too. It's a holiday here for us tomorrow. Tomorrow is Canadian, I don't know, tomorrow's Canadian Remembrance Day, which is every November 11th. Is that a thing in the States, Remembrance Day, November 11th, or is it something different? You guys have Veterans Day or something, don't you? I'm not 100% sure. Okay, here we go. Same in the US? Okay, so is it called Remembrance Day or is it Veterans Day? Memorial Day, okay. Veterans Day, Memorial Day. We call it Remembrance Day. So it's a stat holiday in Canada. So shopping, of course, shopping's open because these days a lot of the younger folks, unfortunately, I'm not going to say a lot. I'm not pointing fingers at everybody, but there's not a lot of respect amongst the younger population for war vets. So personally, I'm thankful to live in a country that's free because of what they did for us. And I do, whenever possible, like to have that minute of silence. I think it's at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I forget. But anyways, there we go. Wally's tracks are on. Well, they're not going to roll, obviously, because they're under motor power. There we go. There we go. We got to start. Okay, here we go. In 11 a.m. Yeah, I know. It was either 11 or 1, but 11 a.m. We had a nice Veterans Day in church today. Oh, nice. We had Ethan had a play that they put on at their school. It was one of the assemblies they did on Thursday, because Friday they're on fall break. When did schools start getting fall break? Anyways, a whole other story. They did a Veterans Day assembly on Thursday. He was in part of the choir where they were singing and reciting a song for the poppy and all that. And there was this young mother beside me, young mother I think or something, and the whole time during the moment of silence, when the gentleman was playing the tuba, it was like on the phone. No respect. I'm not a fan of that. But anyways, that's why I say the younger generation these days. No offense to any younger people out there, because I'm not painting that brush on every one of them, but some of them there are. So last Monday of May. Oh, okay, cool. 11th hour in the 11th day of the 11th month. That's a good way to remember it. Okay, let's go back to this guy. So we put the treads on. We've done this. Let's just sort of zip through this a little bit here. We've done that. We've done this. And we've gotten to here. Now next. Okay. Okay, here's where we're going to, here we glue again. Here we glue again. Okay, let's stop that. More glue. So this is our neck. This is our head, our eyes. And so you see in here we have ignore the ugly overhangs because that's just the way it was. I didn't use support there. It doesn't need to be, it's not going to be seen. And then this, of course, we have a slot that goes in just like this, and we have to glue this on here. And again, I don't want to glue, but I have to. Okay, so we'll take our liquid glue, our water. I swear if I poured this out in a cup, you'd think it was water, but trust me, it's glue. And whoa. See how it just pools right there? Okay. Just pour some in there. There we go. I'm going to quickly grab a cloth and wipe that excess off here. Oh man, my finger's even sticking to the cloth right now. I think just thinking about it is making things stick to it. Okay, then we're going to put this in. And we're going to hold this for about 15-20 seconds. It is, Mr. Carver, it is instant adhesive, thin viscosity similar to water. I think it is CA glue, CYA fixed, professional cyanocrylate adhesive. There's a scientific name right there at the top of the bottle. Cyanocrylate. Don't ask me to say it, but it actually has an expiry date. Interesting, but it's a strong glue. It's CA, yeah. And I got it for doing some wood projects that I'm going to be working on. So, but it works great on plastic. Like there we are, 20 seconds holding that in. That's not coming out. Okay, we have a neck with some eyes. Got to get some lenses for them eventually. And let's go back and have a look. And so that's that portion. Now we've got, okay, we have, that's going to go down and we have to shove that pin in there. Is this going to be another case where that is going to be too much play? And I have to fix that. Oh, see, now they want this other top off. They had me screw this other top on for now. Connect using paper clips. Okay, so let's stop right there. Okay. So I'm going to take this top off again that they just had me put on. Okay, now I'm definitely going to be lazy. We're going to grab this guy. And, okay, I didn't say, I swear I paused you. I swear I paused you. Give me 1 second here. There we go. And where's my M3mm? This one here. I'm just these because these are in a long way. Oh, come on. No, not quite. There we go. Okay, so I need to find my little axle there. I got a whole bunch of spare parts here. Because we're gonna build another one. because these are just too fun. I think I'm going to build another one to have Wally Wars. And there should be a black axle right about there. That looks like it's the right one. It is. So according to this, this is going to go with all the wires. I guess all these wires have got to run down. These eye wires, these are not going to be long enough. I'm going to end up splicing those. But for now, here, let's just hang on a sec. Let's move this up. There we go. And let's go to this one. Okay, so for now, we're just going to take all these wires. I should splice those wires right now while I think about it, because when I get this screwed in, it's going to make it, well, let's just see how far these wires go through. All these wires will go down this hole. Come on. Ah! Down the hole, down the hole. There we go. This guy goes down through. There's going to be room here to put him in anyways. Okay, and then we throw our axle in here. Come on. There we go. So the axles, and again, I'm not a fan. Again, there's a lot of play in that. As you'll see, it's a lot of play in there. Of course, you're going to have a servo that moves this up and down, but the play in there concerns me. So what I end up doing, I can always pull these wires out to solder them later. So what I end up doing here, when we have the play in it, is I have to see. Like I did on these other ones here that had a similar kind of play, I glued little end caps onto them so that they can't move back and they can't come out, because they're not, I would think they should be friction fit or fit somehow, but there was no instructions other than just leaving it like that. And what'll happen is that'll eventually vibrate out and his head will fail. So I think at the bottom of this bag, I'm going to have a quick look. I'm not going to spend too much time looking. And I don't see them. I thought I had printed a couple extra of those little end caps, but I don't see them. So we're going to leave it like that for now. Okay. Should you label the wires? I will eventually. We have our left eye wire, our right eye wire, and then we know that we have a head servo coming from up here. Actually, this is going to be, yeah, these don't have to really necessarily tuck down there right away. We have a neck servo, and then we have a, there's two neck servos. But when we get to do the wiring, we'll organize them then. But now what they're saying is on the bottom here, is I got to find that little yellow piece on, and we still got to put that part of the servo on here, which we haven't done yet. Okay, so we still need a part of that servo, but then I'm going to need that little yellow connector that we have to connect with a toothpick. Oh, come on, Tim. With a paper clip. There's the little yellow piece we need right here. Okay, we'll put that right there so it blends in. Doop, 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 doop. Right there. Oh, no. Okay, just put it right there. Right there. And and just because I'm me, I've got a spare in there just in case. Paper clips. We now stock paper clips in the studio, because we didn't have any last time. Toot toot down to the hole, toot toot come back. So there's a paper clip. And now what they're saying, oh, and I got to get my servo part. Where did I put my servo parts? I put them in a bag on their own right here. Okay, here's my servo parts. And that needs a, right in here. There we go. Let's just get these. So we're going to need this one and a little screw to hold that in. So those two pieces right, where's the screw I just took? Right there. Okay. These are puny screws. There we go. Whoa! I just dropped the whole freaking bag on the floor. Oh, nothing. Yeah, everything spilled out of it. Ah, well, I'll pick them up later. Big hands, numb fingers, make for spilly parts. Okay, so we're going to put this, you've got that kind of facing towards the back, like so. Let's just get this on there, like that. Let me grab my little mini screwdriver. And my bit. Where are you, bit? This guy right here. Always great when the project starts looking like what it is. Starting to look like a Wally. It is. Okay, and then we're just going to screw this servo. We're just going to screw this screw into the servo. Like so. There we go. Okay. Now, they are saying paper clip. So I'm just going to roll this a bit here just to see how they're doing this. Oh, we put these. Oh, okay. We're using the arm and then we're using paper clips to join it. Now it looks like you put it in the last hole of the servo, or the second last hole. And then using a paper clip to join that piece. Okay. So we have this arm, which goes from here down to the second last clip of the servo, kind of like that. So let's straighten out our paper clip. And we don't need that whole piece, so we're going to snip this off. Okay. And I don't think there's a difference between these two ends. There really isn't, other than the fact that it's got to go in like that. So we'll slide this paper clip through. Like so. And then we'll grab our little needle nose. Actually, first thing what I'm gonna do first is just pre-bend this. Like so. There we go. There we go. So I just worry about the one end. And then I will snip a little bit off of this. There we go. And we'll bend this around. Okay, so we have like so. So basically that paper clip is just holding that in the end. And it looks like it's going to have to go in the end portion of the servo. Yeah, so we'll cut another little piece of this off. We'll pre-bend one end. Like so. And come through. Okay, then I'll snip off a little piece of this. don't know where that went. I'll step on it later, I'm sure. I wear slippers down here now because I'm tired of stepping on plastic. And come on, just got to bend these two together, kind of like that. So there we go. We have this attached to the servo like so. What are we saying here in chat? You want to see something make little droids from batteries not included? Oh, those would be cute. He needs to build. Why? Stop with the notifications, YouTube. Even auto also. Okay, these I'm getting too many notifications during the stream. Okay. Could be worse. Could be Legos. Yes, I know. Johnny 5 is alive. That was a great movie. Okay, so I believe now, if we go back and, oh man. Okay, what's going on here? Did I just, I removed myself. Something's going on here. What is going on here? And there we go. That darn left mouse button. I've got to figure that out. Okay, let's watch this again. So we're going to put that back on and we're going to screw them back in. Why didn't they tell me to do this after instead of telling me to screw it in first? And then that is going to be complete, I guess. That is the complete assembly once we put that back on and his head's on. Assembly instructions, boom. Okay, and then we're going to go to the electronics, I suppose. But I'm going to have to somehow fix these eyes like this. So this comes on here. Okay. These two go down in here. We put this back on here. Right there. Get him in place. And then we screw these two screws back in, which I put where? Where did I put them? Are they in? Wally, where did I put the two M320s? Oh, I love it. Okay. They probably fell on the floor somewhere. Or they're right in front of me. That's okay. I'll just grab a couple more. Oh, there's one. I found one of them. Oh, they were under my keyboard. They were under the keyboard. If you crimp the ends of your paper clip too tight, it will bind when the servo attempts to move. Don't ask how I know this. Oh, good advice. Let me check that. Come on up. Let me check that. Ooh, you know what? You're probably right. They don't need to be too tight. They just got to hold it in place there. There, I think we're good. Okay, good. Good advice. The instinct is just to, okay, we need to hold these here. Okay. Okay. Let's screw this back in. Autobots roll out. Can I fit him in here now? Kind of not really. To a point. Oh, but I can just turn his eyes. Oh, there we go. I can just turn his head out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the other side in. There we go. Why are you rocking back and forth so much? I guess that's the way you are. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Wally. So much for my glue job. That glue job didn't hold too well. Huh. Well, let's try again. Let's put some glue on you. Maybe I will spray some activator on it this time, just to ensure that it does hold. And you won't see the little mess that it leaves underneath anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Wally with his broken neck. Let's just put a little activator in here. There we go. That'll shut him up. Shouldn't need activator, but that was a pretty deep pocket. Now I should be able to pick him up from the neck now. Yeah, so that's on there good now. There we go. So his neck is working. It's manually turning the servos. His head turns. Actually, his head will turn quite a ways. And his arms are just kind of, they'll turn. But they're kind of just flimsy. His hands are just kind of flimsy because there was no real tolerance in there. It was all just loosey-goosey. But there's Wally, all put together. Now we just need to electrify Wally. He's cute. It's starting to look like a robot. Yeah. There we are. There's a good shot of him. Hi. Your hands won't even stay up to say hi. I got to tighten them up somehow. So, yeah. And we're going to get some lenses for him eventually, too. Looks great. I like the look of him. I got to just dress him up a little bit. We're going to clean him. I'm probably going to want to put, depending on how that stays closed, I may end up just putting a magnet up here and a magnet down here so that it just stays closed better. But I like it. I think it came together really well. You know, we had a few hiccups along the way. We had to take some tracks off for them to fit properly. But we know the tracks are going to work. So now we got to do some wiring. There's no specific instructions for the wiring other than I'll show you what the instructions that came that are available for the wiring. Put my paper clips back where they go on my shelf over here. So this is the end of the video for assembly, but as we scoot further down, there is the instructions for wiring, and you're basically on your own in a sense here. So it gives you basically, so we have our left and right motor. We have these boards with us. I believe I have all the boards we need. We have all our servos are in place. So we have 7 servos. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 servos. We have our battery. We have our buck converter. We have our 12-channel servo controller. And then we have our Arduino Uno motor shield R2. And then, yeah. So, and I think we have all those electronics that we need for this. So let's have a look and see if I do have everything. I think I do. Close. Oh my. To stiffen up the arms, that is. O-rings in the joints, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to maybe see about getting some O-rings. Yeah. That's actually a great idea, Joseph. I have O-rings, I think, at the office. I use on some of my other equipment. And maybe rubber O-rings might be a good idea to do that. Because these are just, like this just, there's nothing really, you know, you can move his arm out like this, but there's really, if he raises his arm, it's just going to fall back in. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's not a big deal, but, you know, okay. Okie doke. Oh, I need to sit down for a second now that we got the assembly done. And let's just have a quick peek. Always put your tools away. There we go. And I'm just going to throw this. We're going to check out the electronics I have. Make sure I have everything we need. So I have. So one of the first things that I saw on there was the Arduino Uno motor shield R2. So that is this guy right here. Hang on a sec. Let's bring this camera right here. And go have a look down at something like this. There we go. And so here it is. So this is the Arduino motor shield. Again, I had given out those links before, but he has links on the site. If you go to the site, all the links are there. So we have this ready to go. Okay, so this one is, if we go back to the display, you'll see that's the big one in the middle right there, is this little guy here, the motor shield. Okay, and then I haven't opened this yet. Let's see what's in here. It's got some wires in here too. And this is, where's my knife? There's my knife. Another 20 minutes we'll be doing a draw. This looks like it is the 12-channel servo controller. So this guy here, is that going to focus for me? Yeah, there we go. That you'll see is in his diagram. That's the one in the upper right there. 12-channel servo controller. This guy here. I love the pretty colors, red, yellow, and black, and the green. So pretty. Anyways. Okay, we have that. Okay, and what else do I have here? I have this. Looks like I bought a multi-pack of whatever this is. Oh, I think this is just the buck converter. I believe this is just the buck converter. This is the, yeah, this is the 12 to 5 volt DC buck converter. I'll have to figure out which end is which on this after, but it's also got a built-in power thing, but it looks like we're going to wire that up. Looks like the power is going to come into this out of the battery, and we're going to wire, oh no, I guess I'm going to be able to wire the battery, because this thing came with its own power plugs. And so it'll obviously, we'll wire this to the battery, the 12-volt battery, and then this will power itself just by boom, and then we don't have to solder anything in. So that's kind of cool. And this came as a 2-pack. So isn't that a Rap Singer 2-pack? And that's that one. And the last one should be, what is this? Okay, I'm showing 3 components on the board there. So I'm showing 3. Let me just see if there's more. If we exit out of here and we scroll down, that's it. But he did call for, oh, I wonder, because we also got a we also got an Elegoo. This is a open source electronic prototyping, whatever this is. It's an R3 controller board here. Sorry, right here. So this is an Elegoo Uno R3 controller board. I think this is, I have to look. I think because apparently, according to the videos and everything, you can operate this off of a tablet or your phone, and I think this is something to do with this. I would think. I don't know. So I don't know a lot about this stuff. I'm learning as I go. So, but we did. This is one of the things they suggest we buy. So I bought one. I think this was the most expensive piece out of everything. So the shield install onto the Arduino. Oh, the motor shield installs onto this? Is that what you're saying? Oops. The shield. Oh, I see. So this installs onto this somehow. Oh, I see. So that's going to install onto there. This is the brains. And this fits this Arduino just perfectly. Like it's made to go on there. Ah, okay. So if I put, okay. So that fits on there exactly perfectly like that. Okay. And then the Arduino is where everything is programmed. Oh, so I may as well just stack it right now unless there's anything I need to put in, but can always take it apart. There we go. Yeah, that stacks perfectly. Okay, cool. Cool. Didn't know that. So it looks like we have all the electronics we need to get this thing booting, to get this thing going. But there's no real diagrams now. The only other, and I have batteries. I'm hoping I have a 12-volt battery. We'll find out. Oh, this has a USB cable in it as well, obviously to program it. And I didn't read any further ahead as far as the programming. Hopefully he's going to include some sort of programming instructions or something in here. Okay, I can throw these boxes away. We'll keep these things in their static safe bags for now. It's a shield. You stack them. There we go. Questionable Choices is laughing at me, and I don't blame you. Okay, so let's see. As far as the electronics go now, let's move you aside, Wally, because we're going to have to figure out how to stack everything in here and wire everything up. So I'm definitely going to have to extend some of these wires from the servos up here, which is not a problem. And probably some of these we'll put some wire extensions on. And yeah, and we're going to have to cut all these off because it looks like everything goes on to, looks like all the servos are going to go into this little board here. So I may, rather than, yeah, no, I'm not soldering them onto the board. We're going to actually use some of these pins here, and I've got a whole bunch more of these pins too, and we'll just be able to, yeah, we'll have to figure out how this all works because the servos all have 3 wires, but you're only using 2 wires. In all cases, we're only using 2 of the 3 servo wires, the black and the red. We'll just have to figure out which is which. And so then these, I doubt, will these plug directly onto this? Let's just see. Yeah, we'll probably just be able to plug. There's not going to be a lot of hassle from what I see, but we'll probably just be able to plug the servo wires. There we go. We'll probably be able to plug the servo wires directly onto the board. We just got to figure out which ones are not needed. Because we have a yellow, red, and black, or in this case, brown. And it looks like we're just using the red and black. So we'll just have to cut the 1 wire off the servo if we're only using the red and the brown one, and we'll cut the yellow wire. It looks like the yellow wire is not used in any of the cases. So we'll just stack the servo wires where they're supposed to go. That's going to be easy to hook the servos up then, because I don't have to cut the plugs other than I cut them off of these ones on the top because they weren't going to reach anyways. We have to extend them. So that's cool. You'll need all the servo wires. All 3 of them, I will. It doesn't look... I know you built one, though, didn't you, Whale Ben? But the diagram it shows, it looks like it's showing, unless I'm mistaken, it looks like it's showing the how can I zoom in on this? Control plus? Where's the plus on this new keyboard? Oh. It looks like the yellow is not being used at all. It looks like we're just using the black and the red, and the yellow, it doesn't show being connected. But you know, we'll find our yellow is there. Oh, is it? Oh, holy crap! I can hardly see that. It's my eyes. Oh, there. Okay, yeah. Okay. If I look really hard, yes, I can see it's right there. Okay, so that'll be simple then. We're just going to be plugging servos into 7 of those ports. And then we're going from, we have power going out there into the buck converter, so out of the buck converter into the board. Okay, so you're correct. The yellow is in use. So those are going to be pretty easy to wire up, other than I have to extend the wires on the head servos. So let's just back this up a bit. There's my lovely wife. Hello. Want to come say hi? No. No, you don't. Okay, she doesn't want to come say hi. That's okay. Okay. So yeah, we'll have to extend these wires here, which is fine, and we'll have to put these other end plugs here. But I got a ton of these things. Okay, so we're going to put servos on here. We have our power coming in from here, our buck converter. So we have the power coming from the battery to the buck converter, and then we have the out power right here. And I believe, is this actually a 12 to 5? It should be. That is what I ordered. It does not say on here what power it's doing, and it does not have a little, what's the name of that little device that you use to tweak the power out? It's not there. So we're hoping that this is, of course, right. We will test this to make sure. Yellow is a signal. Love you too, Bubs. Bye. Build your CNC says, my wife is the same when I do a live stream. There you go. They're always shy to come on stream. That's all right. Yeah, there's no potentiometer, I think is the word I'm looking for. Some of these have a potentiometer so you can dial in the output voltage. This one must just be set for 12 to 5, period. At least I'm hoping that's what I'm sure that's what I bought. Anyways, we'll test it before we actually do that. Build your CNC it is. You can program the PWM signal from the Arduino. Ah, okay, cool. When it comes to all this programming and stuff, I'm going to definitely need help if he doesn't have proper instructions. So, and then that looks pretty simple from there. Everything on the servo controller looks very simple. And then we're going to go from the Arduino. We have 4 wires going from the Arduino into the servo. Okay, so we're going to have to do a bit of soldering on that. Because we're going to be soldering on these holes down here. And we're going to be coming out of, let's see, we're coming out of this side on the Arduino, and then we're coming out from up here. And these are our motor controls. So we have motor controls, and then we also have power coming into the Arduino from the 12-volt battery. So it looks like we're using all 6 of these here. Okay. And the motor controls are polarity specific. Okay. Well, I guess we can start by, what are we at? Oh, we're at 623. Let's start by doing a Polymaker filament draw. Why don't we do that? Why don't we give away some filament? What do you guys say? I'm not going to get all the electronics done tonight, but it does not look like a difficult task. And I think I'll get started on them a bit tonight, but I think definitely next stream we can get all the electronics completed. It's just a matter of whether I'm just going to shove them in his belly and leave them. I don't want to, because we have some exposed nuts and bolts in there. I may end up putting a rubber pad down, and so I can just set the electronics on top of the rubber pads. Because if we look inside the belly of the beast, you see we have all these exposed nuts and bolts. And if you set down electronics on exposed nuts and bolts, not good. So they don't give any specific instructions, but I'd like to make it as neat as possible, or even maybe mount something to the door so that when I open the door, I have access to, something. We'll figure that out, how to do that. This is kind of left to us to do on our own here. So, but for now, we're going to do a draw. We're going to give away a roll of Polymaker Filament. We have 54 people watching. It's incredible. I appreciate it, and I love you all. But it is time to give something away. Let's go ahead and open the giveaway tool. And I wanted to have that open and ready before the stream, but again, I'm using my new computer setup as a excuse. Okay, we're going to start collecting right now, and go ahead and type hashtag Polymaker in the chat. You'll not be entering that draw today, DeWitt Canada, because you already won on Steve's stream. Oh, that's nice, Jose. Perfect. I appreciate that. Give somebody else. Zenbender, hello, hello. David Walton, print a little box to put inside. I might just do that, Dave Walton. That's a great idea. If I knew somebody that could 3D print me a box, I'm just kidding. So hashtag Polymaker, enter to win a roll of Polymaker, free. Thank you very much for Polymaker for making this giveaway possible. I need to do something while we're doing this. Keep typing that in. You're going to see this screen change a little bit, but that's okay. I just want to go onto this display. I want to add a source just so that we can keep talking. And I'm going to add this, okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and rotate this source. And I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And I'm going to put it right up over there. And then I'm going to go back to this window here. There we go. So hashtag Polymaker in the chat. And again, thank you, Polymaker, for partnering with DeWitt 3D Canada, making this draw available and possible every single live stream I do. Appreciate that very much. You just VHB your boards to the back wall. That's not a bad idea too, but I think rather than VHB, I have adhesive Velcro. It'd be nice to Velcro them so that if I were to, I could basically pull them off the Velcro, pull them out and work on it if I have to. So yeah, I've got lots of VHB, but I think Velcro might be good. Depending on how difficult it is to access them and work on them. So, but we'll figure that out. I got a big hole in the front here, and I don't know what's going to go in that big hole for Wally, unless I could put a camera in there. I guess I could put a camera onto this little Arduino board too. I'm so new to these Arduino boards and all this programming and stuff that I'm sure there's so many things I could be doing to this thing. They suggest cameras in the eyes and all sorts of things like that too, right? So 22 entries, 57 people watching. Hey, old curmudgeon, how are you, sir? What happened to then? What happened to then when? Then when? Arduino can be fun. No kidding. Yeah. I've got this whole kit of Arduino stuff that I bought a long time ago. Brand new kit still sitting in my shelf here that I have not yet used. I really ought to learn more about Arduino programming, especially since I'm building these little robot guys, right? That'd be probably something useful to know. I envy the people that just know what they're doing with this stuff, like boom, 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 boom. But I guess it's the same thing. If you do it all the time, you're good at it. And if you keep doing it all the time, you become good at it. So 23 entries, 54 people watching. Let's get those entries up. Come on, guys. And again, the rules are if you've won within the last 6 weeks, you're going to have to pass it. We'll draw again. I do have a list of who has won within the last 6 weeks. So we go back to, we're on November 10th. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you've won from September 29th on, you're not qualifiable. But if you've haven't won, and that's fine. Anybody from September 22nd earlier is qualifiable or qualified or certifiable. You've written code for your water heater control and on an HVAC for your RV. Oh, man. See, I envy you that you can actually just write that code and know exactly what you're doing. Okay, guys, hashtag Polymaker in the chat. If you are watching, I have 55 people watching, and we only have 23 entries. I don't think 28 people are not qualified to enter. I know some people are not qualified to enter, but go ahead and hit that in. You're definitely certifiable. Just ask your wife. Well, if you ask any wife, I think most husbands are going to be certifiable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so I'm counting my servo wires to make sure I haven't missed any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 servo wires. That's good. Build your CNC, $2. Thank you so much. You do a stream on MCU programming. We should collab. Absolutely. I would love to. But because you did that $2 chat, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You get this.
Super chat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. You're watching twice, your laptop and your TV. I'm assuming you meant TV instead of YV, unless it's a yellow vision. Soup, TV. Haha. Yes, if you do a stream on MCU programming, I would definitely like to. I'm going to be giving out my email at the end of this. Whoever wins the Polymaker Filament Build Your CNC. And if you want to email me links to those, I will definitely look and subscribe, and I will definitely look at those. I love learning new stuff. I really do. 25 entries, 56 people watching the stream. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Go ahead, hashtag Polymaker. We're going to give you another 2 minutes. It usually turns into 3 minutes. And we'll do the draw. And you know, the less people that enter, the better the chances you have. But I still like to see more and more people enter. So I sound like one of those carnies. Get your Polymaker filament. Get your entry going. I'm just mesmerized by the pretty lights of this new computer. The computer itself has 4 lights, LEDs. I can change the colors in them, right? And the thing is whisper quiet. It's got a 1 terabyte SSD, and I don't hear it at all. And then my keyboard and mouse have the pretty lights on them. I mean, it's so cool. And I just discovered by accident that I can turn the lights off on the keyboard if I want. So, hashtag Polymaker, but we'll pass if you win. That's okay. If you do win and you don't want it and you want to pass on it and let somebody else win it, that's perfectly fine with me. And I'm sure everybody appreciates that. And I appreciate the people that do pass. It's nice to get the Polymaker filament to somebody who's not tried it before. But that's not necessarily necessary. So I hope you never hear your SSD. No, I hope I never hear my SSD either. I would think the loudest thing in that box is the fans. Would be my guess. And they're massive. They're big fans. Let's see if I can't zoom in too far to that. They're big fans in that thing. Right here. Like they're massive. They're turning right now. It's hard to see on camera. That looks more orange than red. It's pretty red that I set it to. And so there's 2 big fans there. There's 1 big fan the same size that blows onto the CPU, I think, or the chip or whatever it's called. Then there's another one of the big fans at the back of it. And then I think that graphics card, I think it says MSI Jeff4 or something. I think that's the graphics card. And it looks like it's got liquid cooling going through it based on that little silver pipe that's right there. I think that's liquid cooled or something like that. I don't know much about these systems, but boy, they look a heck of a lot different than when I used to tinker with PCs 30 years ago. So the fans are so hot they glow. GE Force, is that the GE Force, that's the video card then, obviously, because that's where I plug the my 2 display ports in for my 2 displays. They got lots of USB ports, which I love. So vapor chamber, is that what it's called? And that keeps the video card cooled off, I bet. So 32 entries. I like it now. 59 people watching, 32 entries. We're going to close entries in about another minute and a half, and then we're going to do the draw for some Polymaker. If you win the draw of Polymaker, if you're lucky enough and you win, I will be posting my email in chat. And you will then email me, and I will then send you. I just need your email address, so you can email me to the email address that I post, which is pretty simple. It's dwit3dcanada@gmail.com, and I will send you a link and a code to claim your roll of Polymaker filament, courtesy of Polymaker. Thank you so much, Polymaker. GE Forces an NVIDIA chipset. Cool. See, this thing has a if I move this off to the side just a hair, and I go properties, so this is the properties right there of this thing right here, and I don't know much about them, but so that we have a AMD Ryzen 7 8-core processor, 4.10 gigahertz, means nothing to me. 32 gigs of RAMs does mean something to me. Then we have whatever the device, product, sensor. It doesn't say what sort of a graphics card's in it, although I don't know. So it's a pretty neat system. So I like it. I'm happy with it so far. You just built yours on your birthday in March. Haven't built one in 20 years since then. Holy crap. They've changed. So yeah, the guy at the store said this will be a heck of a lot faster than my old Intel i5 or whatever it was. And it's the first computer I've ever bought that has it has a window in it, like it's tempered glass window on the side. I've never been able to see inside. It's actually quite pretty inside, to be honest. If you can call a computer sexy, it's kind of sexy. All that counts is I'm happy. Yes, I'm extremely happy with how this is performing so far. So, okay, guys, we're going to do the draw. We have 33 entries. Good luck to everybody. Last chance. You can type hashtag Polymaker in here while I'm talking, but I am going to do a countdown, and we are going to do the draw in let's go and say in 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everybody. Let's see who's going to win the filament. And who's it going to be? Drum roll. Oh, that got my dogs barking. Timor 714. Timor 714. Say something in chat. Congratulations, Timor 714. Are you still here, Timor? Timor 714 says thanks. You are very welcome, Timor 714. Congratulations. I'm going to put my email address in chat right now. There you go. Go ahead and email me at that address, dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. I will get back to you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday here, but absolute worst, I'll get back to you on Tuesday, but probably tomorrow with an email, website and a code for you to claim your Polymaker filament. Congratulations. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Don't forget to email me. There's somebody from a few weeks back that I still have not heard from, and I tried reaching out, but I haven't heard from them. David Walton, my next stream is Sunday. I stream every Sunday, unless there's a family gathering or something happening, but I stream every Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, yeah. He just sent you his email address. Questionable Choices just sent me his email address. You know, I often wonder if I'm going to get more than one email after a draw is done, but I trust everybody to be fair, I suppose. But usually I can tell. I have instincts that way. So I am going to now that Wally's sort of assembled. And I still got another 20 minutes before I actually close my streams. I usually stream 2 hours. I'm going to actually see if I can give you guys the opportunity to see me burn myself. Because those of you that have been watching my streams for a long time, you do know that I used to have, and I say used to because it's been a while, I used to have a habit of depending on what time the computer thinks it's on. So true, Joe. So true. I have a habit of burning myself or hurting myself on stream, but I haven't done that in a long, long time. I usually cut my hand or bump my head or burn myself or something. So the opportunity to burn myself could be here because I am going for the soldering iron. Yes, sirree. I'm going to see if there's a possibility that I can maybe burn myself. Come on down. We have a special guest coming in. He likes to pop down every Sunday whenever he can, and he likes to say a few things to the camera. You got to step right over here, and right there. See the green light around the camera?
Yeah.
Look into that camera and do your thing.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
We got to come up with a new line for you though. Like, okay, come over here again. Don't be shy.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Ethan.
Ethan, and he loves gaming, right? What's your favorite game? Roblox.
No.
Oh, Roblox is so.
No.
Cupheads?
No.
What's your favorite game? I've got him on the spot.
I see the chat.
You see the chat?
The chat
People
going-
are saying howdy. They're saying hi, Ethan. Hello, Ethan. Awesome. See, everybody's saying hi to you.
Said Tim.
Future YouTuber. Right
Where?
here. Future YouTuber, right?
I don't know about that.
Come on. Oh, you need to shave. You're growing a mustache already. Okay, bye. See you later.
I'll come up with a new line tonight.
Come up with a new line tonight so you can be ready for it next week. Whoa. Okay, let's plug this sucker in. Whoa. Let's plug this sucker in properly and turn it on. He likes Minecraft. He likes Roblox. He likes Cupheads. I don't understand some of these games. I need some water for my sponge. There we go. And we got some solder. We got some solder. Oh, we need wire. Where's my wire again? Oh, move my wood. Oh, boy. And here's my bin of wire. I'm prepared for anything, guys. Look, that's a bin full of wires for doing these kind of builds. So we'll just use, I prefer silicone wire whenever I can possibly get away with using it. But I thought I had silicone wire in here. But I'm going to use, for the motors, I like to use a heavier gauge. That's probably, might not be bad for the motors. It's pretty heavy, but I would like to use something relatively thick for the motors, and this is silicone. Grab my strippers, put this on my laser. If anybody's interested in laser stuff too, I do have the X-Tool S1 laser here. I'm going to be doing some laser stuff. May not be on a Sunday, but I'm going to probably do some streaming on some laser stuff on a different night of the week while I'm doing a few projects that are coming up for an event that's happening. Heat shrink. Okay, so I'm just going to take, don't need much, but I want enough to go from there to maybe there. So we're going to take maybe about, I'd rather cut more than I need than not have enough. So we'll cut off about there, and we'll slice that in half here. And these will be for the motors. It's a little heavy. It's a heavy gauge heat shrink. Yes, I will be doing heat shrink on these for sure. Okay, and we'll strip a bit of these off. Well, that heats up. That soldering iron heats up stupid fast. Okay. Bare these. We'll bare them and tin them and solder them and heat shrink tube them. Believe it or not, folks, 4 years ago when I started this channel, actually, is my anniversary hit yet? November 14th. Oh my goodness, that's Thursday. Next Thursday, my channel is 4 years old officially. We have a plaque here that we were established November 14th, 2020. The duct, yeah, this duct is for, we have a duct and an inline fan over here. It's a pretty powerful fan, and it's going out to the outside and it's vented right to my backyard. That's exactly what that duct is for. It's for venting and it works extremely well. I don't get any smell other than the residue smell from when I pull the wood out. Yeah, so don't knock it. Yeah, you don't. It's not. It is strong smelling. If I go out in my backyard while I'm burning something, I can really smell it in the backyard. Neighbors haven't complained yet. Knock on wood. So, okay, I'm just going to quickly grab my. Oops, my little helping hand things here. And we're going to go ahead and there we go. We can zoom that out a bit. There we go. Just so you can witness me burning myself in case I do. But I'm going to try my best not to burn myself. Okay, I promise. Now, I'm not the best at soldering. I'm not the most efficient. I'm not the most, experienced soldering person, but I do my best. And I'm going to try and tin these wires. Come on. Come on. There's the one. I think I got that all pretty much. And then these are pretty thick wires. It's I think it's a 14 gauge or something. There we go. That's not the prettiest tinning job, but that's okay. That's those. Yeah, they'll work for what I need. OmniFixo. Isn't this the coolest thing? It's my favorite helping hand thing ever. Ever. I've burned myself with soldering iron. It's not fun. And my head is right here. Yeah, there's one. My head's right here above the fumes. It's not the best place for me to be standing and doing this, but hey, I haven't died from soldering iron fumes yet. There's two. I don't even think I'm using lead-free solder. I don't know. I'm using SaneSmart. Soldering I got from SaneSmart. Tri-lead solder. So yeah, lots of lead fumes coming up my nose. Okay. Smells like chicken when things go wrong. Okay, so we'll just kind of turn this around. Let's just zoom this out. And now we're going to tin we're going to try and get a little bit of solder on these motor parts here. I'm going to try not to stand in your way. Come on. One. Two. I think those are going to work. We'll just get these other ones over here. I'm not the most efficient solderer. 3. And last one. Oh, that one looks much better than the other ones. That one looks better. I know that, and I think this is true, that you've done a good solder joint if it's shiny. Is that right? And if it's not shiny, it's kind of not good. I don't know. Anyways, breathing the flux, which is still toxic but smells good. Yeah, for sure. Don't you know it? Okay, let's find some shrink wrap, some shrink tubing. So we have a variety pack shrink tubing here. So let's at least get these done. Where are we at? 650? Yeah, we can get these done. And I think I'm going to use, where's my wires? Right here. Probably green. Green's a little tight. So we'll go with the red. So we'll slice this in half. Actually, will the black fit over the black? Oh yeah, I'm going to use the black on black and red on red just to keep it color coordinated. Okay, so we'll use the black on the black, and the red on the red. Okay, now the only question is, which one of the terminals on the motor is which, and I got to keep them both consistent. So I need to look at the motor. Come on, black, get on there. Okay. So I need to check out. I don't know if the motor is going to tell me polarity. Let's grab one of the motors here. I got a case of the motors. So I just want to pop one of these motors and see if there's it may not make a difference. Part of me thinks it won't make a difference as long as I get both motors the same polarity, because it just means one way it goes one direction, the other way it goes the other, but then you can control that with the software with the board. Yeah, I tried lead free, and I'm not a fan of it. So here's the motor. Okay, we have an X on one side of the motor. Let's see. We have an X on one side of the motor. So here's what I'm looking at. Somebody will know more than I do about this, but there's the back of the motor. So you can see there's right up here, there's an X towards this terminal. But there's really nothing identifying a positive or a negative on the motor. I think as long as I get the red and the black consistent on both motors, then I can control the rest of it in the software or whatever. Because yeah, there's nothing identifying what goes where. So yeah, I think we're good. One just goes one direction, one goes the other direction. I just don't want both wheels going opposite directions. But then again, you can probably control that in the programming as to which direction each motor goes. That's my assumption anyways. Okay. So now it's going to be easier for me if I can turn him on his head. If I can put something underneath here. There we go. That's going to be easier for me. Here, actually, do the overhead. This will be easier for me in this sense to just go ahead. So I'm going to put the red to where that X is and the black to where that X isn't. Actually, I'll just do this so you guys can critique my. I just want to do this so you guys can critique my soldering skills as I go. Here, there you go. I try to give you guys the best camera views possible. So we're going to put the black on the bottom here. go. Okay, and we'll put the red on the top. Come on. There we go. They're both tight. Tight, 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 tight. We will cover that, and we will tell me the black is actually going to fit over it. Oh, look at that. Like a charm. Now, where's my heat gun? Yes, I have an actual dedicated heat gun for this if I can remember where I put it. Watch Gamera Kids switch wires, made sub go backwards instead of forwards. Oh, too funny. Where's my heat gun? I haven't used it in a while, but is this it? Bear with me one sec, folks. Boop, boop, boop. Where did I put you? I wouldn't have put you too far away. I'll just use the I'll just use this one. I have a butane heat gun too, but I'll just use this one. This will work just as good. Shrink that stuff. Okay. So we will just go ahead and shrink this stuff down. Oh, yeah, that gets hot. Okay. Oh, silly me. I just saw something I didn't think of. This is probably going to be, I can probably drill it out. What are the chances these wires are not going to fit in these holes? These wires have got to go through these holes right here. I'll probably just end up drilling those holes out a little bit bigger so I can fit these wires in. Not a big deal. As long as I don't crack the plastic. Just got to drill with a small, not big at a time. Anyways, I never thought of that. But okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and solder these other two wires on. Looks like a big crayon. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So we have the black is going up here and the red is going down there where the X is. So we'll get the red down here. Okay. And the black. Come on, this is just a little tight in here for me. Gotta get that one melting. There we go. And get this melting. And there we go. Oh, my soldering iron's cooling off. That's why. It doesn't automatically 3D print a grommet to make sure it's make it look deliberate. Yeah, that's a good idea, Richard. My soldering iron cools down after a while on its own, even though it'll cool down mid-use if I'm not careful. Okay. And get over that. Come on, get over that. There we go. Okay. You're right. It does look like a giant crayon I'm using. There we go. So I got this one for Christmas from Maria one year, and then I got myself last year, I think it was. I got the butane one, and I don't know where I put the butane one. They both work good. The other one's just the advantage of the other one is it's cordless. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. There we go. So we have the motors wired up. I'm gonna have to drill these out because there's no way these are gonna fit in. One of them will. Let's just see. One of them will probably. Let's just have a look at this. If I move this out of the way, actually I can show you in there. Yeah, the one, come on. Oh, it's even tight for one. Just one of them will fit in, if that. So yeah, I'll just drill those holes out a little bit and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's move this back out of the way. My little desktop camera. Love this new tripod I got for it. Oh, it's so good. Okay, well shut that off. That's gonna about do it. We'll put this here. That is about going to do it for tonight's stream. We are at 7 o'clock. That's been 2 hours. Get this stuff out of my way. And I want to first of all congratulate Timor 714 for winning the role of Polymaker Filament. It is looking like a Wally, isn't it? It's looking really good. I want to congratulate him for winning this filament, and I want to say thank you very much to Build Your CNC for the $2 donation. Build Your CNC. If you grab that email again, if you want, you can email me and some links, and I'm going to watch your streams on your videos on the programming. So, and it's dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. And I want to thank everybody for watching. We had up to 55 people at one point, which is excellent for my stream. My little channel's starting to grow a little bit more. I appreciate any subscriptions, any likes. And we'll be back next week to finish this off. I'm not going to touch it. I may drill those holes between now and then to get those wires in. But next week, I'd like to get started on hooking up to the boards and so forth. And then we can, see what's going on after that. Still have 41. I do old curmudgeon. This is great for me. I've gone from some little guy, Richard McLean. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the $20, Richard McLean. You get
Super Chat.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Richard McLean. So next week, it's going to be a little later, but next week I'm also going to celebrate. I don't know how. Maybe I'll have a piece of cake, or maybe I'll have a cake with 4 candles. But next week, we're going to celebrate 4 years of DeWitt 3D Canada, myself streaming. November 14th is the anniversary of my very first stream. And we've come a long way since then. I think I have anyways. So when I first started streaming, I was a little bit gun shy. I was like worried about what people would think. And I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, but we've come a long way in 4 years, and I really, really enjoy this now. So yeah, things are looking good. So listen, thank you very much, everybody. And we will, and Richard McLean, thank you again. That's very nice of you. And we will chat with you guys next week. Have a fantastic week. Those of you that have tomorrow off, make sure you do take that moment of silence just to give thankfulness and remembrance to those that did allow us to live in free countries. So it's going to be very, very special, especially with what's going on in the world today. So everybody, thank you so much. I will see everybody next Sunday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, until then, bye for now. Thanks for watching.